Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Pioneers of Pagonia. It's important to stress that what you're looking at here is a pre-early access build, so what you're looking at here is definitely subject to change. The game is due out in early access tomorrow, so if you like what you see, you can definitely buy the game at that point. So, options, real quick before I actually get into the game. Just typical stuff. Video settings here, there is a windowed mode option if you want to do that. UI scaling, there's a lot here. So I'm very glad to see that there's a wide variety of different options available. The music is fantastic, by the way, so I love that. The graphics and the art style equally as good, so I'm very happy. What even impresses me more is the sheer amount of options you have when creating your game. There are predefined maps, and you can choose which one you like. Some have combat, some have like just peaceful free play. You can see on the right hand side, for example, on the guidance map, no enemies and no combat on this island. This is a guidance island, and you can see the size here. If you don't want a predefined map, you can click on Customize New Map, and you can choose your map goal. Objectives without enemies, objectives with enemies, Conquer Island, Sandbox, and then you can use existing templates like Balanced Island, Rocky Plateaus, Windy Highlands, Sparse Wasteland, and so on, or you can customize that even further, which is awesome. Starting units and supplies, enemies, Pagonian villages, what kind of landscape you have, and what the average weight of that biome will be on the island. So look at all that. That is so cool, and you can even change the size 3, size 4, and size 5 right there. I love that. Now, what I'm going to do is load my existing playthrough, and I have to stress that this game is still pre-early access, and I did run into an issue. I emailed the developers. I haven't heard back yet, but it's just a suggestion as far as like how to make the quality of life a little bit better. So what you're going to do is you start off with this ship. You don't do anything with it. It's just kind of sitting there, but it kind of houses all of your people. And you're going to be placing down various structures on the map in order to do things. For example, you're going to build a woodcutter's hut. So if you've played like the Anno series, you're going to put down various structures that will mine the surrounding areas. There's, trees and the like, and then there's woodcutting huts here that I put down, foresters to replant everything, and then you can put down farms. There's crop farms and vegetable farms, and you can take that a step further. And there's individual farmland that you can put down. The only downside to this is, like, there's no way to draw, like, multiple farm. Like, you have to put them down one at a time, which is kind of strange. And if you have overlapping farms like this, you have to actually click on the individual farm piece and tell it what to grow there. Like, you can specify wheat, corn, flax, pumpkins, and so on. So that can be a little annoying, so just make sure that you space out your farms appropriately unless you don't mind a mix match of different things. Like I figured there's vegetables growing here next to this grain, this wheat farm. You know what I mean? So different things like that you may want to take into consideration. Currently, I am soft locked into this playthrough, and this is, I think, this is what turned me off, but not enough to keep me from playing. So on the right hand side, it gives you like 5 to 10 objectives to do all at once. Build this, build this, build this, build this, and it doesn't really specify an order. I was doing top down, and then as I did the top one, new ones filled its place. I didn't know which one to do next. Like, I didn't know what the proper build order was. And here, I didn't know this, that the tutorial did not say this. Apparently, in order for your people to actually continue working, they want nutritious meals. I'm like, well, what is a nutritious meal? I'm looking around. I have no idea what that is. I still don't 100% know, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with this provisioner. Provisioners produce rations for explorers and as backup food for miners. I'm pretty sure that they need provisions. If I look on the very top on this resource track, there's a lot here, but there's natural products here, and then there's rations. I have like 10 water, 0 rations, and you can even click on this if you want to expand what is actually shown here, which is really cool. But I have 0 rations. I'm thinking, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking that I built myself into a soft lock in the sense that I'm now out of stone and I cannot build this provisioner, which I need in order to get my stone people working. So now I have no stone and now I can't finish my provisioner. So I emailed the developers. I'm still waiting for an email back. Is this game over? And if it is, why didn't you tell me that was possible on the very first like tutorial map? This is a huge thing. If you're gonna give someone for a first time player, if you're just learning a game, tell me the different ways the game can soft lock and you can fail. Just tell me that so I know what to do. On the right hand side, there's just so many different objectives. Like, well, I give me a proper build order is what I'm saying, and that's a huge failing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to start over. Before I do that, I wanted to quickly show you some of the structures here. There's so many. Like, you're going to be building roads, and you can even see, like, as you build the roads, you can see the build area that you're presented with as you do that. There are little territory markers here as you build, which they're awaiting construction because I have no stone. Let me see if I can find one that's actually finished. There's probably one on the left here. Yeah, there's one there. These guys will slowly but steadily remove they're called border stones, I believe, and they will take care of that. But I think at the cost of stone or border stones. So like that's another reason why I can't expand anymore, because I have no stone. But typically they would do this. You expand your territory that way. And if you look on the very bottom left of the mini map, you can actually see the border there in that aqua color. That's really cool. I love that mechanic. It's just I'm actually peeved that, I'm having fun chilling on my first playthrough, and then oops, I think I have to start over, but the game doesn't tell me. The game didn't tell me like I need to start over, and the game didn't warn me that this could happen. Like, that's my biggest gripe with this particular build right now. Storages, you can construct various storages. There's quarries, stonemasons, which convert stone into like cut stone, explorer's hut to explore the land, guard towers, which I already kind of went over, farms. There's a lot here. So like, and I love just watching the people walk around. Like, this is so beautiful to look at here. Just watching the farmers, like the fact that she's just, they bothered to render this lady watering the plants with this huge bucket of water. I love that. Like, everything is so detailed, and I have the music and the sound low on purpose so I could hear myself. But like, it's great. Like, all of this is fantastic. This for a pre-early access build. I was 100% completely impressed with it up until the whole soft lock thing. And yes, I'm a little salty about that, but at the same time, it is pre-early access. The developers have time to fix this and to address this problem. There is a residential side to this. You can build like cottages and the like. And again, on the very bottom, there's a bunch of buildings down here that some haven't even built yet. Some are military in nature. You've got like a weaponsmith that produces like bronze swords, iron lances, and the like. And at some point, I want to get into combat as well, just to see what that's like. But for right now, I'm just going to wait until a couple of patches hit. Military academies, adventure guilds, weaponsmiths. There's just a lot of buildings here. And I'm sure I haven't seen everything that this game has to offer yet. Again, the combat I haven't seen yet. Some of the UI is a little confusing. On the upper left, for example, like in Banished, I could clearly see how many like free workers I had. And this, I'm looking like homes, 241. Okay. Residents available for tasks, 138. Now, okay, fine. Now, is that like, is that of the 143? Is that what that is? Or is that in addition to 143? I have 241 homes, 401 pop. So is this 143 plus 139, or is it 401? Like, what I mean is, like, it's difficult to really get a sense of what you really need based on looking at this UI. I'm just not used to it yet. But yeah, everything else, I love the fact that you can click on a title and then you can drill down into it further and see how much, like, you can enable and disable all sorts of cool buttons. I love that. I love. It's so easy, right? I love that. So, like, again, at this point in time, I'm like now 90% impressed with it instead of 100%, only because of that whole soft lock issue. But don't let that stop you from picking up this game day one. It's a fantastic, beautiful game. It reminds me a little bit of the Settlers, a little bit of the Anno, a little bit of the Caesar series. And if you like those style of games, but in a very cartoony way, cartoony art style, and I love just watching the villagers go back and forth, going about their daily business. At least the ones that are willing to work. The miners just, no, I need a proper meal before I do anything else. That's what pisses me off. So yeah. Other than the whole soft lock thing and the lack of tutorial build order instructions, this game is fantastic. So definitely go check this out when it does release. So with that being said, this is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.